Hi everybody, it's Peter. So today I'm going to do a sample playthrough of the 4th Street Hockey board game. They have a computer version as well, but this is going to be for the board game. So I just wanted to give you sort of an overview of sort of the footprint of this. As usual with my hockey games, if I can fit the cards in these little 9 pocket plastic sleeves, for trading cards. I put them in there, so I've got a line in each thing there, forward line and defensive pair, and I've got the other team here. In the middle, this is the sort of like the main rink, divided up into zones, and I'll explain that later. And there's this is the timing chart. And the game also comes with a bunch of charts. One of the main ones is to explain the symbols on the player cards and what the play results mean. And I've also made my own quick reference card because I'm pretty new to this game. I've only played, I think just a few games full through, and so. I'm sure there's there's some veteran players out there, and they might have they'll probably spot some mistakes that I do in the gameplay here. So if I make any mistakes, I'll make sure I point them out just below the video, and or I might overlay some text afterwards. So we'll see. This is a pretty detailed hockey game, but it's great. It's I thought it was going to be kind of daunting to learn because of the rule book, which is quite lengthy. It's like over 50 pages long, and the player cards. But it flows really well, and it makes sense, and it's not nearly as hard as you think. I'm just going to show a little thing here of one of the player cards here. You can see there's a lot of information on here. This first sort of big rectangular here with the D, N, and O in it is where you're going to get what type of play the player is going to do. The D is for if they're in the defensive zone, N is if they're in the neutral zone. The O is from the what they do in the offensive zone. And you can see there's ES, PP, and SH, so that's even strength, power play, and shorthanded. And you roll 2 D10 to get the result from there. The next little section here in the middle has, I guess, columns for, passing, skating, defense, and checking. So depending on whether they're offense or defense, you'll look at the result, and the results are you're going to be rolling 2d6 to get the results from this column, depending on who wins the matchup, the offensive player or the defensive player. This section on the right is called the scoring grid. And when you go to take a shot on net, and if it gets through to the net, you reference this grid here, and it tells you what section of the net that the puck is heading towards. So this is kind of a really neat feature of this game. And this bottom part here is something that's used in the second part of the shot sequence to see if the shot drifts, or if there's going to be a player tipping the shot, or if the goalie's screened. And I'll just show you the goalie card. This is the version 3 goalie card, which has a lot more color than the version 2 of the game. And basically this section over here on the left is the sort of like the scoring grid for the goalie. Like the net is divided into basically 15 zones, I guess. If we just take a look at it, so like A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, and so on, and then there's sort of like 3 levels on each I guess rectangle, and that just shows how close the shooter was to the net when they took the shot. So during the gameplay, this will make more sense, but. This color version of the goalie cards is kind of neat because you can actually get a quick glance of how good a goalie is. I don't know if I can get this on the same thing here. We have Jerry Cheevers with Boston on the left, and Gary Smith of the seals on the right, and the colors. There's 5 colors, with red being the highest quality shot, and down to orange, yellow, blue, violet, and violet is the lowest quality shot. So you can see that Jerry Cheevers has a fair chunk of blue and violet squares on his thing, so he's going to save a lot of shots, whereas Gary Smith, you can see there's a lot of red, and so he's not nearly as good a goalie, so it's going to be easier to score on him. So, yeah, so we'll just, I just wanted, before we get going, I just want to show you a little bit about the how the rink is divided up into zones. We have, the neutral zone here, of course, and then each offensive zone is divided into 9 squares. So we have, left, middle, and right, and then level 1, level 2, level 3, level 1 being closest to the net. And so then when you get the results of a play, the symbols on the player cards will tell you how where the puck goes. Like you might say, advance the puck 2 zones forward and 1 zone to the right. So like if the puck was here, you would go 2 zones forward and 1 to the right to end up here, and there are 2. And then you roll for the next play to see what happens in the next play. And another neat feature of this game is that you have to, when your team is forechecking, you have to decide on first the number of forecheckers. In most cases, it's going to be 2. That's what most teams do. But you have to decide which player is going to be doing the forechecking, and so you can decide on what you're going to do, which players you're going to select. But I know that some of the gamers out there, they just, for simplicity's sake, they just choose position number 1, position number 2 to do all the forechecking. What I mean by that is the left wing is position number 1, the center is number 2, right wing is number 3, left defense is 4, and right defense is 5. So that comes up when you're rolling the dice to see which player is going to be the defensive player. Yes, what's a couple other things? The game comes in 2 versions. There's what they call a basic version and a standard version. The standard version should be called the advanced version. When I first started reading this, I was confused. Okay, which is the more basic one? So, but I'm going to be using the standard rules for this gameplay. That's some slightly different things to it, and there's some other things. Some of the results will where you can sort of use a coach's strategy card, and there's basically 3 different ones here, depending on whether you're going to be playing like a dump and chase offense, a normal puck possession offense, or a aggressive puck possession offense. And so you just get different results depending on what happens. So anyway, we'll get to that if it comes up. There's another thing you can do you can decide on the level of aggressiveness for your team. The range is from -2 to +2, and I know that some gamers out there play with +2 aggressiveness all the time, and basically what that means is you're going to be I think it means you're going to be subtracting 2 from certain ratings during the play. So for this game, you might have seen when I was showing this here, I didn't get the printed version of the game. I ordered the PDFs, and so I just sort of made my own little player indicators here, just using these little tiddlywink things, and just put labels on them. I don't know what actually comes with the game when you order the printed version, but anyway, and this is what I'm using for the puck. So I guess we'll get started. You're going to need 6 dice for this game. You need 2 D10s, a D6P, they call it in the rules. It's just like a 6-sided dice with the actual numbers on, as opposed to pips. and two regular D6, different colors, and a D20. Okay, so we'll get started. So we have a face-off. So you look, we're looking at is the two D10s. So with the dark die being the home team and the lighter die being the visiting team. So you got 6 and 2. So what you do is look at the face-off rating of the two centers. So for Boston, the home team, it says +2. So you add 2 to the home face-off number. So it's going to be a total of 8. And on California, Dennis Hextall is the center, and his face-off adjustment is a 0, so it's 2. So that means Boston wins the face-off. You look at the D6 here to see that it's position number 4 who gets the puck, which is Bobby Orr in this case. And you look at the D20 to see what section of the ice he's in. So if you see in the neutral zone here, we have 1 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 20, and the roll is a 15. So that means Orr has the puck in this section of the neutral zone. In the standard version, the face-offs don't use up any time. So we'll roll all the dice again, and so you look at the 2d10 first, and in this case it's a 96. So we look on Orr's card, and we look under the N column because he's in the neutral zone, and 96 is above the 86 for the penalty thing, and it's 99. So this is where we have this 3-starred symbol. So this is where the coach's strategy comes into play. So just for the sake of argument, we'll just say that Boston's playing a normal puck possession kind of game. So you look under the neutral section and P versus D. So that means it's going to be a pass versus defense scenario. The D6 in this case is a 1. So that's Ernie Hickey, the left wing. And what we're going to be doing is looking at Orr's pass rating, which is 20, which is very good. And then we're going to be looking at, since it's pass versus defense, we're going to be looking at the defense rating of Ernie Hickey, and his defense rating DF here is a 2. So we take the 20 and subtract 2, and we get 18. And since California is playing an aggressive defense, we take another 2 off, so that's actually 16. And then we look at the D20. So in this case, the D20 is 18, so that means Orr's move has failed, and so we look, and that when that happens, we look at the result on the defensive player's card, and we look into the DF column, and we look at the roll of the 2d6, which was 5, and 5 under the defense column is that round symbol with the dot in the middle, and that means that's a play stoppage, it's a face-off. So that's 12 seconds off the clock for that. Okay. So go to the face-off again. The dark D10 is a 2, the light D10 is a 6. So that so 2 plus Esposito's face-off rating of 2 is a total of 4. Hextall is a 6, and with adjustment of 0. So California wins this face-off, but since this D6 is actually a 6, that means there's no skater number 6 on the team. So that actually the result of this is a loose puck. So we roll the dice again. And we look, loose puck is similar to the face-off. We look at the 2d10. So in this case, the home team's roll is a 0, and 0 is a low number in this case. So like it goes from 0 to 9, and not 1 to 9 and then 0. So 0 for Boston and 5 for California. So to look at the players who are involved in this, again, the D6, you look for the home team, you look at this D6, and since that's a 6, that means there's no 6th player on the ice. So that means the other team will win this loose puck battle as long as their thing wasn't a 6. So you look at the white D6 to see who gets the puck on the other team, and it's position number 2. So that's Dennis Hextall, the center, and the D20 is a 6. So we're in zone 6. So California has the puck in the neutral zone. There. Dennis Hextall has the puck. So that's a loose puck, so that's 12 seconds off the clock. Okay, so the 2D10 result is 7 for Hextall. He's in the neutral zone, and it's a pass versus defense again. So the defensive player on Boston is going to be position number 3, which is who is Ken Hodge. And sorry, I'm just blanking out for a second here. Yeah, so Hodge is the defensive player, and so his defensive rating is a 6. Hextall's passing rating is a 16, and so that's 16 minus 6 is 10, and then minus another 2 because Boston's playing an aggressive defense as well, so that's 8. So that number of 8 is the number to check against, and the D20 is a 1. So Hextall's pass is successful, and so we look, and since it's successful on the offensive player, we check the 2D6 result on the pass column on Hextall's card, and the number is 11. So I'll just show you here quickly. So the result is a D, and that I'll explain that in a second. And the symbol is a triangle with a horizontal line underneath it. So the D means that goes to the player with the 4th highest pass recipient rating, and the pass recipient rating is on the bottom of the card, which is in this is the number inside the brackets beside the letter G. So we have to take a look at who we have. So we have Ernie Hickey's rating is a 9, Bill Hickey's a 7, Carol Vadnais is 23, and Stackhouse is 2. And so Stackhouse is the 4th. He's the last one ranked there. So the pass goes to Ron Stackhouse. And that symbol of the triangle means there's a possible breakaway, rush, or a 2-zone advancement. So we have to go to the rush chart, which is this chart here. Okay, so we got to roll the D20. We got to roll a 13, and we look at the puck handler's SP rating, which is his speed rating. Stackhouse's rating is a 2. And so we look on the left-hand side for 2, and then we look at and we cross-reference that with the defensive aggressive setting, which is +2. And the result was 13, so it says the result is an ADV, which means so that means a 2-zone puck advancement. So since the puck was here, so we just move forward 2 zones. So the pass. So Ron Stackhouse has the puck in this zone L2 at the moment. So that's 12 seconds off the clock. Okay, so we roll a 26. So we look under Stackhouse's O section because they're in the offensive zone. Under ES for even strength, and a 26 corresponds to a pass versus defense. In this case, the defensive player is position number 5, Dallas Smith. So Smith's defensive rating is an 8. Stackhouse's passing rating is a 16, so that's 60 minus 8 is 8. And then subtract another 2 for Boston's defensive aggressiveness, so that's a 6. So the D20 has to be 1 to 6 in order for this to work, and the D20 is a 6. So Stackhouse makes a successful pass, and the 2D6 result is a 5. And the symbol is a downward pointing black triangle. That means the puck goes back to the point, to offensive depth 3. So the puck goes back to the point, and the symbol for the player is a star, so that's the coach's choice. So let's say the puck goes back to Dennis Hextall at the point. So that's 12 seconds off the clock. So Dennis Hextall has the puck in zone L3. Yeah, I should mention at this point in the rules it says that if you roll the dice and if you get a result that's anything that's not an injury or a penalty, then the skater can choose to shoot right from wherever he is. Okay, so the 2D10 result, 2D10 roll is 61. So we look on Hextall's card. 61 is a penalty result. Okay, I won't go into the penalty thing. I'll just sort of jig the results here. I'll just say that the result is a wrist shot. Okay, so we look at Hextall's card, and his wrist shot rating is up here, the W. It says 17. And beside that is his slap shot rating, 16, and the breakaway rating is 35, just so you know. So his wrist shot rating is a 17. So so what we do is we check to see who's defending against this, and it's position number 5, Dallas Smith. So we're going to check Smith's block shot rating, and his block shot rating is a 0. So there's no adjustment to that number 17 for Hextall's wrist shot. So that means, and then what we do is we take the D20 from that roll that we just did, and if that number is within his wrist shot number, then the shot is on net. The D20 is a 5, so the shot is on net. So the next thing you do is you look at the 2D6 result, and it's 1-5. So this is where the shot grid thing comes into play. So the result is 1-5, so we look in column 1, row 5, and it says A2. So it's going towards section A2 of the net. I've got this sort of crude thing of the net just to remind me to where the shot is going. So I'll just put a little indicator saying it's A2, and it's from level 3. So we check on Cheevers' card. We look at A2, and level 3 is the bottom row of the section number 2. So it's like close to the net is level 1. Midway is level 2, and then the third thing is level 3. So A2 level 3 is yellow. So yellow is sort of a medium grade shot. There's 5 grades of shots. Goes red, orange, yellow, blue, violet, with red being the highest quality shot. Okay, so it's a yellow shot. So that means we're in the next phase here. I'll explain it when we get there. Okay, so we roll the D20 again. Sorry, I'll just advance the time 12 seconds for the first phase of the shot. So in the second phase of the shot, the first thing you do is you're going to look for see if the shot drifts or if there's going to be a tip or a screen. So you look at the 2 D6s in that case, and it's 6-6. So we have to look on this section, this section at the lower right of the card. So we look under column 6, row 6, and there's just a blank space. So that just means the shot, there's no effect on the shot here. You can see these arrows here. You can see sort of like arrows that go to the side or up and to the right or down to the left. So say for instance the roll was a 4-3. that means that the shot would drift up and to the right from the original location. So if that was the case, then you would just go up and to the right. So the shot is now actually going into area B1. And then you would look at Cheevers' card and see what the color is for B1 from level 3. And that is a red shot. So that would be a higher quality shot. But in this case, there was no change to the shot. So that's what it is. So so now you look at the two D10, and it's a 29 in this case. Hextall is shooting from the left-hand side of the ice, and so he shoots left, so he gets a bonus of 1. So that makes the number 30. And there are some other there's some other adjustments to the shots that can happen on this, but might see that later if that comes up. So we have the number 30. So now we look on we look on the goalie card to see the result of the shot. So we look in column 3 and row 0, and the result is a 4 on top of a black circle. So that means that I think I think I've got this right. Yeah, so that means the goalie saved it, but the rebound goes to the shooting team. If you see some other numbers here where it's a number on top of a white circle, that means that that's a player on the goalie's team that would get the puck. So 3-0 is player number 4 on the shooting team, and that's Carol Vadnais. Has gets the puck, and the D20 is 12. So the puck is actually here in zone M2, so right in the slot in front of the net. So we roll again on Vadnais' card to see what happens. So it's an 85, and on his card it's a slap shot. So the D6 is actually a 6 in this case, so there's no chance of getting this shot blocked. And the D20 is a 5. So Vadnais' slap shot rating is an 11. And the D20 is a 5, so the shot is on net. And the 2D6 is 2-6. So 2-6 is C3 from level 2. So C3, level 2 on Cheevers' card is violet. So that's a low quality shot. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. So we'll roll again to see what happens. So advance the puck 12 seconds. So we're down to 18:48 left in the period. Okay, so the 2D6 roll is 2-6. We look on Vadnais' card, and it's a blank, so there's no effect to the shot. And since he's shooting from the middle, there's no bonus for shooting left or shooting right from the middle of the ice. And the 2D10 roll is 44. So look on Cheevers' card. 44 is a 3 on a white circle. So that means that he saves the puck, and the puck goes to the number 3 position on Boston. So that's Ken Hodge. Okay, so Hodge has the puck for Boston. So at this point, this is a situation where California would decide who their forecheckers are going to be. And for simplicity's sake, we'll just say that forwards number 1 and 2 are going to be the forecheckers. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the D20 was a 5, so Hodge has the puck directly in front of the net, or maybe even behind the net. It's in this zone M1 here. You can see the numbers here on the side. It says 1 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, and so on. So when you roll the d20, it tells you what section where the puck is going to end up. Okay, so so California has their forecheckers are going to be Ernie Hickey and Dennis Hextall in this case, and we roll to see what happens next. So sometimes you can take a quick look at things and which will resolve things better. So the D6 was a 6, so that means that there's nobody defending this. So whatever, if the as long as the D20 roll is in the skater's range for whatever, then this is going to be unchallenged. But we'll have to see what the play is and what the D20 is. So Hodge has the puck. We look under the D section because they're in the defensive zone, and the number is 56. And that's a skate against checking. So we're going to look at Hodge's skating rating, which is an 18. And because the D6 identifying the defensive player is a 6, we don't have to look at the checking rating of the defending player because there is no defending player in this case. But the checking rating is this CH rating here. Hodge's skate rating is 18, and the D20 is an 18. So he proceeds unchallenged, and the 2D6 is a 6. So we look under Hodge's skating column, and 6 is an black arrow pointing to the side. So that means you advance the puck forward and one zone right. So in this case, when you're coming out of the zone, moving forward one zone moves you into the neutral zone and then one to the right. If, for instance, Hodge was in M3 to begin with, moving 2 zones forward would be 1, 2, and he'd be into the California zone in zone M3, and then over to the right in R3. So when you're breaking out of the zone, your defensive zone is considered 1, the neutral zone is considered 1, and then the offensive zone is broken down into the 3 levels of depth, the 3 to side to side. Okay, so we're over here, and Hodge still has the puck. So I take 12 seconds off the clock. Yes, I think I made a mistake. We'll just move the puck back. On a rebound shot, there's only 6 seconds taken off the clock, so I'll just move it back. So we have 18:42 left. Okay, so Hodge is in the neutral zone, rolls a 33, and that's pass against defense. And the defense in this case is position number 3, and that is Bill Hickey. Now, since Hickey is position number 3, he is there to defend the play. If the D6 in this case was a 1 or 2, Hickey and Ernie Hickey and Hextall would actually still be considered in a forechecking situation. So they wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Never forget what I said, because I think the forechecking also includes the neutral zone, I believe. So I might be mistaken on that. Hopefully not. But anyway. Yeah, so, okay, so we have 33 in the neutral zone as a pass against defense. Hickey's defense rating is a 3. Hodge's passing rating is 18, so that's 18 minus 3 is 15, minus another 2 for the defensive aggressiveness, that's 13. And the D20 is a 13. So that's a successful pass. And we look, and the 2D6 result is a 7. And it says to go to A, so that's the person with the highest pass recipient rating. And in that case, it's probably Phil Esposito. Yeah, his rating is a 34. Yeah, so this pass goes to Phil Esposito, and the symbol is a solid black dot. I just have to consult the chart. That means advance the puck forward and center it. So you advance the puck forward one zone and center it. So Esposito has the puck in zone M3, and it also means that the player with possession of the puck attempts a shot. So we're going to be adding 5 points to the next roll because of the sort of the nice pass from Hodge. So we'll take 12 seconds off the clock. Esposito is going to attempt a shot. And we just go straight to the shot sequence here. So yeah, okay. So it's from he's from level 3. So I believe that's it's going to be a wrist shot. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. So we look at the strategy card, the puck possession in the offensive zone. It says level. Okay, it says pass versus defense. That's something else. Okay, so let's just say that Esposito is taking a wrist shot, and the D6 for the defender is 3. So the Bill Hickey is there to try to block the shot. His block rating is actually a -5, so it's going to be adding to Esposito's thing. Esposito's wrist shot rating is 23, and then you subtract the block rating, so you're subtracting -5, so it's actually adding 5. So Esposito's thing is 28, so the D20 is 1, so it's well within. So the shot is on net, and it's a 1-6. So 1-6 on Esposito's card, so you can see is this symbol here, which is sorry, these, yeah, is a so like a black box with a white circle inside it. So that means you can sort of pick what section of the net it's going towards. You actually do this before the game, and that's what these cards are for. It's called the game plan shot. So what you can do before the game is you can take a look at the goalie card, and you can decide where he's weak, and A1, just about anything A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 would be considered weak, or even A2 or A3 or A4 could be good. But for the sake of argument in this one, we selected A1 as being the section of the net that he's going to be shooting towards. So when you get that result, you can use this game plan shot. So Esposito's shot is going towards A1, and it's from level 3. And Gary Smith's card, that's red, so that's a high quality shot. Excuse me. So we roll the we roll the dice again. So Esposito, so it's a 6-5, so we look to see what happens if there's going to be an effect on the shot. And what we have here is it's a B in the circle. So that means it's going to be tipped by the person with the second highest tipped rating. So the tip rating is along the top of the card. It's the TP rating. So Hodge is a 5, Busick is a 5, Orr is a 4, and Dallas Smith is a 1. 6-5B. So it's the second highest tip rating. Yeah, so both Hodge and Busick are 5, so their tip rating is a 5. So so that's what we're going to be adding that TP rating to the D10 roll in this case. So it's 72. We're going to be adding 5 to that, so that's 77. Yeah, so it's going to be 77, and we look at the 7-7 on Gary Smith's card. So we look on column 7, row 7, and we have a symbol with the yellow color behind it. So you look at the symbol. The symbol means that the shot does not result in a score. The goalie freezes the puck. But since there's a color behind it, we look at the color first. Esposito's shot was we identified that as red, and basically that means any shot result on Smith's card that resulted in a color is going to be an automatic goal because it's the highest quality shot there is. And the color was yellow, so that means it's a goal. So I'll just back up a minute for a second. So let's say that Esposito's shot quality was blue, for instance, which is like the second lowest quality. The only way he could score would be a shot result that would be blue or violet on Gary Smith's card in the second part of the shot sequence. So like the color has to be sort of greater than or equal to what it is. If the shooter, like with this case, if the shooter gets a red result, then he's going to score if any of those colors show up in the shot, the second part of the shot phase. So that's a goal for Esposito. I won't go through the assist procedure. It's a little. It'll just take too long to explain it. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. So I think I'm going to stop there because I've talked quite a bit here, and just noticed that we're past the 40-minute mark. So I just want to give you an idea of how this game flows, and sort of it basically makes sense. It's you roll to see what kind of play it is: pass versus defense, skate against checking, or a dump or a clear. You can have icing, and then so you look